If you open Google today and search for a specific information in Arabic, a strange pattern emerged. Almost 90% of the results are scattered social media posts or unverified snippets. It's rarely a primary source or a reliable archive. It's just digital noise. This isn't just a coincidence. There is a massive content poverty in the Arabic speaking web today, and it isn't because people stopped writing. The reason is much deeper and significantly more tragic. If you try to trace the history of the Arabic internet circa the year 2000, the trail goes cold. Most of it exists only as fragments of memories on Twitter or Facebook. On the other side, it's often easier to find documented information about this history in English than in the original language. But this wasn't always the case. Today, we look at the hidden story of the Arabic internet, a story of a region that was once at the peak of digital innovation, leading the way before Silicon Valley giants even arrived, only to see it all erased. The year is 1997, 1 year before Google was even founded. A site called Ayna.com was launched. It was the first Arabic search engine and directory, serving as the primary gateway for an entire generation of internet users. Through Ayna, users could access news, business listings, and early webmail services. It was powered by a search technology called Nazra. At a time when much of the world was still figuring out the web, Ayna was already a complete ecosystem. Then, a year later, 3 visionaries in Jordan founded Maktoob, led by Samih Tougan. Maktoob focused on Arabic webmail. By the year 2000, it hits 100,000 users, a massive number for the region at that time. This success attracted a $2.5 million investment from EFG Hermes, a landmark moment for internet startups in the Middle East. The Arabic web was remarkably ahead of its time. In 2002, long before digital wallets became a global standard, Maktoob launched Cashew. It functioned as a localized alternative to PayPal, allowing users to conduct e-commerce using prepaid cards found in local supermarkets. By 2005, an auction service was launched that would eventually evolve into Souk.com, the giant eventually acquired by Amazon. There was Maktoob clips before YouTube became a household name. There were massive forums like Arab Travelers and DVD Arab, vibrant communities that functioned as localized versions of Reddit. These sites were gold mines of specialized data, from travel guides to technical support. At that time, Western tech companies had little interest in the Middle Eastern market, but the regional web didn't seem to need them. It already had a self-sufficient ecosystem. So, how does this empire vanish? In 2005, Abraj Capital bought a 40% stake in Maktoob. The strategy was to consolidate the market. Maktoob began acquiring the top 10 most influential Arabic forums and websites, effectively housing a huge portion of the region's digital history under one roof. Meanwhile, in the US, Yahoo was struggling to compete with Google. In a move to capture emerging markets, Yahoo turned its attention to the Middle East. In 2009, a deal was struck. Yahoo acquired Maktoob and its vast network for an estimated $160 million. However, the integration was problematic. Yahoo appeared to care more about the brand over the actual content. They didn't seem to recognize the culture and archival value of the forums they now controlled. Within 5 years, Yahoo decided to shut down the Maktoob forums. Decades of digital heritage, millions of specialized discussions, and invaluable culture data were deleted. It was the digital equivalent of a library being cleared out overnight, leaving the Arabic web with a massive, gaping hole that has never been filled. This loss is more than just nostalgic, it's a modern crisis. As we enter the era of AI, LLMs rely on massive datasets to learn. Because so much of the Arabic digital history was erased, AI models often lack high-quality training data in the language. This leads to AI hallucinations, Where AI creates inaccurate information or worse, it forces the AI to interpret regional cultures through a Western lens. The mass deletion led to a migration towards Silicon Valley giants that were not originally built for the language or the culture. The story of Arabic internet is a cautionary tale about the fragility of digital heritage. When a region's history isn't archived by those who created it, it becomes vulnerable to being treated as just another line on a corporate balance sheet. What are your thoughts on the disappearance of these early web giants? Let us know in the comments. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.